Get a Job in Tech, episode 211. The hierarchy of finding a job in anywhere, really. Not only tech, but really anywhere, in IT especially. Hierarchy meaning top to bottom. One is the easiest, and four would be the hardest. Starting off our list was be number one, the internal applicant. This would be the person already working at the company, and this is automatically there at the top, the front of the line for the job. The job gets posted, automatically they're there to get the job. They're in the running for the job essentially. Number two is employee referral. This is a lot of times the best way actually to get a job, because another employee refers you and says you are a good worker, and so they validate your skill set to the company. That's number two. Number three is sourced candidates. So a sourced candidate is what the recruiter finds. So this would be a recruiter that goes out there and searches job boards and then tries to find you essentially. So that's number three, a sourced candidate. And finally, number four. Four is inbound candidates, or sorry, inbound applications. So inbound applications are you basically just go on to the company's website and applying, and you apply for the job. That is the hardest. That's the hardest way to get a job. Actually, applying for a job is by far the hardest way to find a job. So basically, how it works is usually your recruiters, they're working on 10, 15, 20 jobs at a time, essentially. And what happens is they have like 5 or 10 candidates already lined up, and they're ready to go, ready for the hiring manager to take a look at and to go through the interviews and all that stuff. And if you're not one of those 5 or 10, then you may not even get the job. So how do you change it up a little bit? So the job itself. So there's a thing called your profiles should be optimized, of course. That's a very important thing. But also to your expectations, your compensation for the job. Let's say it's sysadmin, and let's say it's in California. So California is different than, let's say, South Dakota. Different pay, essentially. Now, you should know the compensation expectations of living in California. You should know that already. Same thing with living in North Dakota or South Dakota, let's say. You should know that already. And also the location expectations. So let's say for instance you're in Texas and you want to work in California for whatever reason. Now, you're probably not going to be the right candidate because they're most likely going to want somebody local. I never really understood this before because I would tell a lot of people don't put your location in your resume. That way they don't know where you're at. And your phone number would be a telling one because they can do the area code. And unless you have an 800 number, you could probably purchase an 800 number, toll free number when they call you. That's ideal. And anywhere in your profile, because a lot of times recruiters, they'll look at your LinkedIn profile, they'll look at where you live and whatnot. Try to stick with if you have to give them the reason why you want to work there, then say you're willing to move or you have a relative or something like that, just to move out there. And even if you get the job and you move out there, don't don't sell your house to go out there. If you're in Texas, don't sell your house to go to California because you don't know if the job's going to be there in 6 months, a year, whatever. And stick with where you're at essentially. Unless it's a work from home job, then of course the things are way different. So these are the hierarchy of finding a job. Thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next one.